Alright, hello, hello, hello. I'm just trying to make sure things are working because for some reason I can't open up the studio thing on YouTube. I can stream from my streaming software, and it says that I'm live on YouTube, but it doesn't have the back end of things. So I guess we're just using the streaming software and hoping that it's working on YouTube. Oh, I should probably say that I'm live and stuff on my Discord and things. Give me a second here. I need to get my story straight. Friends are in the bathroom, getting higher than the Empire State. Hi! How you doing? Just putting a note in my Discord that I'm live. Let me know if anything goes wonky. I was just saying that my streaming software seems to be working fine, but for some reason I can't get into the back end of the YouTube part of it. It says I'm live, and there's apparently someone here, but it's being all funky. So, I'm good. I'm just making sure I have everything for today. I think I do. I can run through what all I've got. First up, you get a little sneak peek at some new masters that I got. I got some masters made for Vampire the Masquerade. Oh, it never wants to focus. There we go. I got some masters made for Vampire the Masquerade. Ooh, run away. So they've got, oh good, quality and sounds good. That's good. I do have it on low latency. Anyways, I've got these two made that are slightly different, so I'll show them both. And I think that the low latency does kind of lower the quality a little bit, supposedly. But I'd rather be able to talk to people than have good perfect video quality. Anyways, I got these two new masters, and I went and made molds of them before I polished them up in case I mess them up while I'm polishing. But I think I'm also going to pour an extra set in these molds because a full set of Vampire the Masquerade dice is 15 dice, and I have 2 masters. So I want to get some more masters made so that I can get 15 molds made. So my plan, I think, is I'm going to pour one more of each kind in here, so I'll have 4. And I'll get those all polished, sanded and polished up. They're pretty much sanded, but I'll get them all sanded and polished up. And I will make molds from those 4, and then I will pour more masters in those molds, because then there'll be less work. There'll be fewer sides to sand. That's my current thought. Kind of work exponentially. It takes forever though to get everything done because there's 2 parts to each mold, and usually I only pour my silicone once a week, so that means I make a set of molds every other week because I pour the base one week and then the next week I pour the lids. So that would take a long time, so I might need to rearrange some things and pour silicone twice in a week like I did this week to get these done. But I'm going to set these off to the side. I don't want to get any resin or anything on them. But we're going to pour a couple of extra masters here. So that's one project. I have a commission that I'm working on here. I'm working on a tray. It's all sorts of pretty blues. This was the first layer of resin here with all the blues. And then we're going to add a couple of peacock feathers to it. We'll pull those out. There might be a couple of, look at this small one. Ooh. I don't want to get these all funky by pulling them out backwards. Oh, these 2 might be good actually. One's a little bit smaller than the other, that'll be good. I'll pull those out. I'll have to cut them down anyways so that they actually will fit in the tray. Let me set these off to the side because I think we'll go with these two. I think these two will be good. So we're doing that. And then, I don't know, I was kind of debating working on the Patreon D20s for January, since it's February now. And I decided I didn't want to. So instead, I'm going to do a re-pour on a set of dice that I poured for a video and then decided that I didn't like. So I'm going to do them pretty much exactly the same, but with a little bit less white ink, and I think that'll help a lot. I will preface this with saying I'm going to be filming a few things today, because the tray is a commission, and I try to do videos for all the commissions. And then the set that I was doing for the video, I'm trying to... My plan is to make a video that is making a set of dice in real time. So I'm going to be having the camera rolling for pretty much all of that. You know, putting pigments into cups, pouring them, and putting the lids on and everything. So that if the camera gets in the way a little bit, let me know. I'll try to keep it out of the way. But that's gonna be a project that'll take a little while, because I also have to, you know, then sand everything and polish everything, get everything inked. That's the plan, though, is to do start to finish in real time. It's probably gonna be like a 3-hour video. It's gonna be a long video. Yeah, that's one of those things. It's gonna be one of those videos where I don't know how many people will watch it, but I want it to exist. Then if people are just like, oh my gosh, why are handmade dice so expensive? I can be like, here is my 3.5-hour video on why handmade dice are so expensive. Because I know when I started making dice, I really had no idea. I was like, oh my gosh, why did these cost so much? And then I started making handmade dice. I'm like, oh, I get why these cost so much. They take forever to make. They're fun to make, but they take forever to make. Okay, let's see. First up, let's just get some things into mixing cups. See my little handy cam here that is coated in resin. Oh, hey, hi. Let's see here. I'm gonna start, I think. Oh, just like that foot is in there. There we go. I'm gonna start, I think, with cutting the feathers down to get them into the tray, because they're just a little bit too big at the moment. I want them to fit nicely. So my thought is we will put one. Oh, they're kind of big. That's the problem. This one's an okay size. I think I want them both a little bit shorter, because I want one like a little bit further down than the other. Maybe this one can go almost all the way. I'm going to cut this one to here. There we go. That fits in there all right. And then this one I want to be a little bit further down. So we'll cut that down to here. Yeah, I think that'll work. I want them to be kind of uneven a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I think they stand out all right. Yeah, I think that works. All right, cool. Let me set these off to the side. I don't need these random little bits of feather. I really need to clean my craft space at some point. I was debating like either live streaming while I do that or doing like a vlog, just so that I actually will get it done. One day, yeah. Tell me about it. But you know, have a little bit of accountability to get it done by doing it with other people watching. So this is also for the tray. We're doing a little bit of gold foil in there with the feathers. If I can get the gold foil to get off of my tweezers. Oh, not that much gold foil. I think just a little bit. I don't want to like overpower the feathers too much. I want it to look purposeful, but I don't want to overpower the feathers. I think that'll be good. And then the, oh, hi Flare Cobra. How you doing? I think for the dice in real time, I just have this. Like I said, I made this set of dice before, so I have a few steps of the process already filmed. I have like grabbing the molds and pulling out the materials and deciding on materials. I have that stuff already kind of done, putting it into the pressure pot, taking it out of the pressure pot. So I'm just going to focus on putting the stuff into the mixing cups. Oh, good. I hope you got your lease issues ironed out. That'd be good. But I'm glad you're doing better today. But I'm going to focus on putting things into the mixing cups and pouring and getting the lids on, because that's stuff that will be noticeable if I use different footage. I feel like it might not, but I feel like it'll be more noticeable. A little bit. I'm still thinking on how I want to get better video quality without getting resin all over a nice camera, because that's my current how do I do that sort of thing, because I'm worried that this way on camera so people know what's going on. So I'm going to leave all this video footage in. Actually, I'm going to move it here so you guys can't see for a second. No, I won't move it there so you guys can't see. I'll move it over here. I like getting different angles and stuff, which means that I pick up the camera a lot and move it around, and I do that while I am pouring resin, and my hands are covered in resin. How much of this do I want? I don't need very much. I just want a little bit. Oops, there's a hair in there. Cat hair. Yeah, I think we're just going to do a little bit, because I'm going to do kind of like a cloud of that. Oh, I saw the micas that, was it you that was posting? Someone was posting micas in the Discord, and I was like, I want all of them. I'm going to ignore them because they're so pretty. Maybe plastic wrap, like cover everything. Yeah, I had someone suggest that. That's honestly not a bad idea. I was wondering if they made like silicone covers that cover the whole thing except for the lens. That would also work well. But I do want something that was you. They're so pretty. But yeah, I had someone suggest plastic wrap. That's probably not a bad idea. I need to think on that, because I have a nice DSLR, and I use it for product photos and stuff. I don't want to get resin on it. This thing is so coated in resin, especially this button, the record button, because I turn it on and off so often. I guess the nice thing about a DSLR is that it doesn't use a whole lot of battery while it's just sitting there. And pull out some molds. That mold. I need to make some more. I always need to make more molds. I've used them so often, they're always getting a little bit run down. Let's see here. T86. Oh, let me see. Oh, I made a new D. There's a new D4 and a D2. How's this one looking? That one's looking fine. All right, cool. Got our molds for that. Do I have everything set up already? I think I have everything set up already. It's only 15 minutes in. That's not right. Usually it takes me like an hour to get all of my materials ready. Put it into the mixing cups and stuff. Just let me warm up my hands for a minute before I cover them in gloves and don't drink my tea anymore. Oh, yeah, usually it takes much longer to get things set up. That was part of the reason I didn't want to work on the, where is that from? Oh, it must be from this. It must be from this. I didn't want to work, I know, my hands, they're gonna be so cold. On the Patreon, the January Patreon D20s, is because I'm like, I know what I want to do for those, and I know it's gonna take, I have a rough idea of what I want to do for those, and I know it's gonna take a bit of time to set them up, and I don't wanna. I'll do it on Wednesday or Thursday or whatever, whenever it is that I plan on pouring resin next. It's fine. I switched it around and the pouring the dice in real time. I figured maybe the camera will get in the way a little bit, but I was going to film both of them anyways, so yeah, might as well. Okay, let me grab safety equipment. Oof, 14 degrees Fahrenheit max. Ugh. It warmed up here. It was in like the 50s for like a week or two, and then it's gone back down to being in like the 30s. Like low 30s are the high temps of the day. It hasn't gotten back down into the teens, I don't think. Well, it might have. It's possible it has at night, but it hasn't, like, you know. Okay, let me roll my sleeves up a little bit. I don't want to get resin on this, but I want to wear my fluffy sweater. Because I'm cold. So let's just roll those up a little bit. Second time this week. Ugh. It's so cold out. Oh, let me put this on first. Alright, I'm gonna be, if you are new to my streams, I'm gonna be a little bit muffled the rest of the stream. Because I'm gonna put on my respirator. Oh, I should put the new, I got new filters for it. I should put those in. I'll do that. I'll do that after the stream. But I could use new filters in here definitely at some point. Ugh, why does it not feel like sitting there? That was because it's all, I was like, why does this feel so tight? And it's all tangled up back here. This way. There we go. That's better. This does mean it's going to be harder for me to see you guys. I'm over here, like, reading chat like this now. Alright. Oh. I'm going to have enough resin. I think it'll be okay. I might go grab... I got new bottles of resin. I think these are getting kind of low. Let me go grab my new resin and we can use that. Yeah, you can still at least ink some stuff. That's true. Alright, I will be right back. Here, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab my new thing of resin. I grabbed the new filters too. Should we put those on as well? There we go. I grabbed the new filters too. Put those on. I have so many used cartridges. If you've ever wondered how to put cartridges on a respirator, they just kind of... There we go. There we go. New cartridges. They look not as pink. Oh well. Yeah, that has been a thing. So, set those over there for now. I should just toss those. I don't know why I didn't. Oh. That's been a thing this winter because this room's probably the coldest room in my house. It doesn't have a heat vent or a heat register. What is that called? Yeah, register. So it doesn't have a thing for heating and cooling in here like the rest of the house. And so at one point my brother went and measured the temperature for me in here compared to the rest of the house, and it was like 10 degrees colder. Okay, huh? Alright, anyways, new things of resin, yay! I think these need opened. But what I have found with casting when this room is, 58 degrees instead of 68 degrees Fahrenheit, is that I have to leave the resin to cure for an extra like half a day. Because it just takes longer. Well, I should really be wearing my respirator for this. Just a second. I'm going to be messing around with uncured resin. But yeah, it just takes longer. It just takes longer for things to cure. If it was much colder, I don't know if it would work very well at all, but... So you guys can see what I'm doing. Just getting the little foil bit off of the lid. That's good enough. I don't want to get any of this, and I don't want to get any of the one into the other. I'll use something else to get the foil off of this one. Alright. Cool, we've got our resin. And I'll definitely use that last little bit that's in the other container, but it's just going to take longer to get it out. Alright, it's going to take longer to get it out, so I'll do that not on a stream where there's people waiting with me. Alright. I'm pretty sure I've already filmed pouring and mixing the resin the last time I did this, so I don't need to do that this time. I'm just going to pour it. And we're going to start with the resin. I start with the resin because it's a little bit thicker, and so it is easier to mess up. And if I mess up, I want to be able to take stuff out again. Anyways, I'm going to go quiet here for a second while I pour this, because I can't pour and talk at the same time, otherwise you will have a mess. So, give me just a moment to do this. That might be too much. That is just a little bit too much. I don't usually pour too much, but this time I have. Just a bare little too much. I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. That's why I do the resin first. I'll take another little tiny bit out. That's better. That's better. Alright. And then this is the hardener. Alright. Alright, I'm back. We can chat. This will take a minute to stir, so. Oh, fresh resin. So what are you guys up to today? I know some people like watch streams while working on things. I don't know if you guys are, or playing video games. I don't watch a lot of streams myself. I'll watch like the VODs, you know, I'll watch them back later. Because I like to be able to pause things. I don't want to miss anything if I want to go get a snack. I feel like streams are very different from videos. I mean, they are video, obviously. But they have like a different purpose to YouTube videos. Streams are more about interaction and than like entertainment, sort of. Different kind of entertainment, I guess. Yeah, I like streaming more than I like watching streams. My plans, let's see, what are my plans for today? I need to ship some things. I had some stuff bought from the shop update yesterday, so I need to ship that stuff out. I need to clean off my dining room table. That's just like a normal Saturday occurrence, though. I have people over for dinner pretty often on Saturdays, so I always have to go and clean off the dining room table. You're drawing some stickers. Ooh! Yeah. I figure a lot of people put me on in the background. That's part of the reason I talk a lot, is because I don't have any background music for two reasons. One, because I can't on this computer, because I have this like jerry-rigged pretty much with my streaming software. And two, because I know that I'm going to be a little muffled with the face, the respirator on, and I don't want to make it harder to understand what I'm saying. But I don't want, you know, I figure a lot of people are just kind of listening in the background while working on other things. So I try to keep talking about something, even if it's not really anything. What was I saying about having people over for dinner? Oh, I think it's just that it's a pretty normal Saturday occurrence that I have people over for dinner. Oh, my dining room table, it accumulates stuff. It's like, my dining room is like in the middle of my house. It is just kind of the center of everything. You walk through it when you get home, and it's just, if you want to get anywhere, you kind of walk through the dining room. So, you know, things just get set on the table. You know, I put the mail there, I set my bag there, or whatever. And then on Saturdays when there's people coming over, I'm like, oh gosh, now I gotta move all this stuff off here. I guess it's a good thing that people come over regularly enough that I have to clean that table and move things, but gosh. Alright, this is starting to look pretty good. Let me just scrape. Oh, there's still some streaks in there. That's how I make sure that it's cured completely, is if I can see any like streaks in here, that means part A and part B are not mixed completely. They're just sitting next to each other. Let's scrape the sides and the bottom. I want to make sure that nothing gets stuck there. I don't want a big glob of part A or part B just on the bottom or on one of the sides. Anyways, what sort of stickers are you drawing? What are you drawing stickers of? I need to get some more stickers. I send stickers with all of my my packages. I don't know if I want to get some more of the ones that I already have. Maybe. Oh, Genshin stickers for an upcoming convention. Oh, cool. I need to get ready for a couple conventions too. But I don't know if I want to get more of the stickers that I already have. if I want to get more of them, but also like try and draw a new one myself, or if I want to like commission someone to make a new design or two for me. Because all of my stickers are little potion bottles. So I don't know, I have a little space one and a little lily pad one, like a sunrise one. They're all based on different dice that I've made in the past. And I drew the space one, and then one of my mods, I commissioned them to draw the other two. And then I have one that's just my logo. It's not a bottle or anything, it's just a little round sticker with my logo on it. But I gotta decide what all I want to do with that. See if I figure out if I have time to draw another one or what I want to do there. But I should do that at some point. I should be figuring out, I've got a couple of like conventions coming up. I have one that's going to be like a maker convention. By the way, I think this is all mixed. I think this is all mixed. It looks pretty mixed. Let me just make sure there's no streaks in here. And I feel like for a maker convention, I was talking to a couple other people, it's nice to have like DIY kits for people. But the thing is, I don't know how I would do that with resin. My current thought is, because I have a bunch of unsanded, unpolished, unfinished dice that I sell by the die, and I just have like a big bin of them that you can dig through. I was thinking, what if I sold like little sanding and polishing kits? I've seen people do that before. And so I could have like a thing where you can build your own set, and you can also buy the sanding and polishing kit if you want to like then finish the dice yourself. But I'm having trouble thinking of some DIY project type things. I could do something where to be fair, I could. Maybe I could make little kits where you could turn them into keychains or something too. Okay, that's looking pretty good. That's looking pretty good. How do I want to do this? Well, first up, I think we'll just pour resin into these two. These two are the master dice I'm making some more of. So we'll just pour those first because those are just going to be some clear resin. Also, this will tell me how much resin two of these take. That's also good to know. Let's put a little bit on the lids here. These lids are flat, so I'm not too worried about it. How much resin did that take? Probably about 5 milliliters, if that. All right. I'll just set these off to the side for now. All right. Let's do, actually I want to do the dice in real time first, because I want to know how much resin I have to do this. So we'll do that first, okay? Just thinking through my order of operations here. So this is my resin that has a little bit of shimmery kind of pink in there and some iridescent flakes. Cool. And then I want to gonna put this so that you can see what I'm doing as well. I'm gonna move this over here, I think. Let me, how do I want to do this so that you can see what I'm doing? There we go. All right. So I'm doing a reverse Petri for these. Fairly quick technique. Add just a little tiny bit of, here, I'm gonna use this. Use a little tiny bit of resin in the bottom of each of these. I found with the reverse Petri, I put a little bit of resin down first, and that helps keep the mold from getting completely dyed. I just want to kind of cover the bottom a little tiny bit so it doesn't end up completely dyed. So the mistake that I made these once already. A mistake that I made already is I'm going to block your view a little bit here for a second. I added too much white ink. I should have just added 1 drop of white per die. For some reason I added 3. I don't know why I did that. It's very silly of me. Sorry, this is just going to be in your way for a little bit. That's just how it's going to be for a minute. I stuck both my colors together. One drop of yellow. I'm doing kind of rainbowy ones. There's our pink, and then we're going to do our blue. Blue. So let me block the view here for a second. And then I will add 1 drop of white to each of these. All right. Cool. Is that in your, oh, it doesn't seem like it's in your white is way too much. So now then we're going to add, I'm going to add that sparkly stuff here. So the reason I'm not doing the whole die with the sparkly stuff is 1, because I think the variation is kind of fun. And 2, because I've been having trouble with the iridescent foil. If it's near like the top, I end up kind of like half sanding it off. And then it just, I don't know, I end up with like weird blemishes on the surface of the dice, and I don't like that. So we're just going to add a little tiny bit towards the bottom of the mold. It's not like a little tiny bit, but I'm not going to fill it up all the way with the iridescent flakes. Oops. Put some more in here. Hi Jeff, how you doing? We've got all sorts of arts and crafts projects that are happening today, it sounds like. I'm pouring resin, obviously. Someone else is working on, let's see, Knight is working on stickers for a convention coming up. Please excuse the camera that's kind of in the way a little bit at the moment. I'm repouring the set of dice that's going to be for video at some point of making a set of dice in real time. So I'm filming the entire thing. It's going to be a long video. I might Zoom out a little bit. I'm going to have to zoom out. You just made a bunch of SpaceX chunks. That's cool. Where is that from? It's like lint. Okay, let me focus on this for a second. It's hard for me to focus on this and talk. I'm trying not to make a mess, which is very difficult for me because that's like my natural state, is just making a mess. Make sure there's enough resin in all of these. All right. You know, I was expecting this to be a longer stream when I went into it, and it is not taking nearly as much time as I was expecting. I guess to be fair, I have kind of like a few, I didn't have a lot of materials like I sometimes do. So what did you put in your SpaceX chunks? So like, what did that entail? Did you put like the logo? Or what sort of, what was that like? Alright, I think I have more resin left than I thought I would. So I could probably get, I have a lot more resin left than I thought I would. I have a set of dice here that I wasn't going to do today, but I guess maybe I could. Alright. Set these off to the side. Let's put them over here. We'll do the tray first, because I need to get that done for sure. The good ones are clear green Petries. Ooh, pretty. So the projects I'm working on today, I went and poured a couple of dice already that are, actually maybe I don't have quite enough. No, that should be enough. Cool. I guess I'll get that last set of dice all done today. I am working on a tray here for a commission. We're gonna seal those feathers in, and that's what this resin right here is for too. Oh, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I'm always trying to figure out something new and interesting to make. It's funny because I often make things that are based off of something else. So it's kind of original, it's kind of derivative, I guess. But it's a lot of fun. Man, if you could have seen the existential crises I have had in my friends' DMs, it's just like, I'm not making anything original. So that means a lot. All right. Got some gold foil here that's all mixed in. Let's see if I can get the tray inside of the shot here. Let's see here. Let me put this. Oh, sweet. Yeah, that's good enough. You can kind of see some molds in the background, but that's okay. I don't care that much. All right. But anyways, this is a commission that I'm working on right here, for a friend. And then I'm working on a set of dice. Oh, they leak like crazy. Oh, when you're pouring the silicone in. Yeah, I have had some that leak. I don't know if it's mostly the off-brand Legos, but just recently I've had a few that have not held up as well as I'm used to. I don't know why. It is good to know, though, that it's good to know issues like that people are having. see if I can spread this out a little bit without moving these feathers around too much. I have a mix of both. I have a mix of some Lego and some Mega Bloks. And that's why I'm wondering if it's mostly the Mega Bloks that are causing some issues, because I really don't know. It's hard to tell. Yeah, so that might be it. Alright, try to get some of this, try to get the feathers saturated in here. Ooh, I might need to move my camera. There's a lot of glare here. Let me move this to the other side. Is that... Oh, that's good. I don't think that's in your guys' way at all. Sweet. The feathers are so fine, like the little tiny pieces of it, that I'm moving them around when I move the resin around. I'm trying to avoid that as much as I can. I hope that as the resin kind of settles a little bit, it might be a little bit better. They'll kind of straighten out or just feel a little bit more natural. Not that it feels unnatural, it's just a little bit wavy at the moment. PVC pipe piece. Oh, okay. Oh, they were generic. Yeah. Maybe that's why my recent ones have gave me some trouble. I made a couple of molds recently and they leaked a bit. They really only leaked at the bottom, to be fair, but they still leaked a bit. See if I can do this in direction with the feathers. There we go. All the way to the corner. What was I going to say? Is it too much? I'm going to add a little bit of clear resin, kind of around where it is, where the eyes are, so we can make sure that those are nice and clear. And I'll spread that around a little bit. Oh, hi Dana. How you doing? Anyways, what was I saying? We were talking about the Lego bricks. I got distracted. What were we talking about? What was I talking about? This is just story of my life. I do not remember what we were talking about before Lego bricks. Ideas? Oh, I was talking about what I'm working on today. That's what I was doing. Right. Not that that's important or anything. This tray, obviously, this is a commission I'm working on. And then a set of dice in real time. So it's just active work time. It's not any of the like waiting time or anything. I'm not gonna have the camera sit in front of a thing for 24 hours. But a set of dice in real time, so I got those poured. A bunch of the pieces I've already filmed, because I tried making the set before and I just didn't like them. I could show them to you if you want, but I'm trying to get the resin to cover this thing. Let's press this. Squirrel! Yeah. We'll just blame ADHD and move on, it's fine. Hopefully these are the direction that they wanted. The feathers, I mean. But I think they're good like this because I feel like this is the bottom because it's more solid. Normally I think of like lighter colors as being like the top because usually lighter colors feel lighter. I don't know. It's really for whatever you want it to be for, I suppose. I kind of thought about them originally because I was thinking for rolling dice, just because that's kind of where the realm that I am in. But you know, you can use them for other things. Why not? really just resin trace. Alright, did I get it coated? Did I get a little bit of resin everywhere? That's what I'm wondering. I'm going to do one more layer of resin above this because I know that the gold foil is going to stick out a little bit, and probably the feathers are too. So this layer is partially to help hold the feathers down and to add that gold foil, and then I'll add a layer of just clear resin on top of it to finish it off. I think that's looking pretty good. Let me spritz it down again. Yeah, I think we're looking pretty alright. Feathers floating a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. Not very well, let me tell you. Seen some at craft stores like Michael's before. Oh, where does one get peacock feathers? Oh yeah, I mean, I just got mine online. But yeah, I'm sure you can get them at craft stores. Alright, let's see. So I wasn't planning to pour this last set today, but I have enough resin to do it, so let's just do it. I'm also going to film it because it's for a thing as well. Oh, some flower shops have them. That makes sense. That makes sense. I have a piece of black feather stuck to my finger now. Yeah, I can see how people would use those for bouquets and things. Alright, we'll do this set of dice too, because I have about 20 milliliters left, which should be plenty for it. Let's see here. I want to do kind of like a dark gray and white. So let's do, that's not what I want. I don't usually like doing, adding mica powder to cups after I've already started pouring resin, because I get resin on my lids and things, but we're doing it anyways, because I want to get this done. So my thought here is we'll do some like silvery gray resin. I'm using Mold Star 15 Slow. I like it because it has a nice long work time. I think I'll pretty much just pour the rest of this in here. So I think I need at least 15 milliliters. 20, it won't hurt anything. Ugh. Clear my throat for a second. But I'm going to do kind of like a dirty pour here with a drop of white and a drop of black ink. I already have these molds half filled. This is going to be kind of a half, it's half really light colors and then it's going to be half dark colors. That's kind of the plan. Oh no! Yeah, at least the sun's out. I might put a drop of black in here too to make it a little bit darker because I do want it to feel a little bit darker. Should I just do the silver and then I'll do the drop of black for the dirty pour? That might work too. And then not do the drop of white. I might do that. I might do that. I might just do like the silver with a drop of black for a dirty pour. Cool. What kind of batteries does your UV light use? Mine plugs in, so I don't. You're probably using one of the little flashlights, right? I've heard that those work better than the like nail cure lamps, which is what I have. Let's bring this back down. AAA's. Oh, okay. So it's a standard. At least it's a standard size thing. It's not like, oh no, I need little tiny watch batteries that they only make in France or whatever. Because haven't we all been there? Oh gosh. Yeah, oh, the freebie ones you've seen? Yeah. So there's always a catch, right? There's always a catch. Hopefully this isn't too dark. I guess we'll find out. I'll start with the D20. I might move around a little bit so we don't end up with all that black in one of them. Add another, actually I'll add a little bit to the D12 here. And I'm going to add another drop of black in here. Oh no. They're great for gluing minis. Oh, okay. Add some of this black kind of in the middle here. This one's quite dark. I'm going for kind of like a light and dark thing on this. I have some very bright colors in the other half, and I'm going very monochrome in this half. This is for one of the, I'm making a bunch of dice based on characters that I've been planning to make videos on. Oops. Alright, let me move this up. Alright, have a good rest of your day. Thanks for stopping by. And I'm focusing on not making a mess at the moment. It's not going well, but that's what I'm trying to focus on. It's not making a mess. I'm still making a mess. Alright. If that's good, let me make sure the resin actually good. The resin actually got into my D2. So I think we are good on these. Got a little tiny bit of resin left over. Get my lids out. Everything you tried doing, oh, I'm assuming every time you try doing metallics, it ends up, oops, I don't have quite enough resin in the D8. Let me fix that. It ends up looking like graphite. And nothing like fresh files for cooking. Oh, nice. I have a pigment that's called graphite, and it's really pretty. Like it's like a dark, shimmery gray, and it kind of feels almost like it has some like rainbow to it. I don't know that it does. I think it's just how glittery it is and how the glitter kind of is. I really like it. Alright. These. There is cat hair on here. There's always cat hair. It gets everywhere. Alright. So let's see. I think we've got pretty much everything, right? Let me get the lids on these. I will fold that. I'm just putting a little bit of resin on the lids so that no air gets trapped in between the in the numbers. I'm not too worried about these because they don't have a bunch of loops in them. There's the 10 that has like a loop where air might get trapped, but the others I'm not super worried about, to be honest. I probably shouldn't put the lids on these ones first. Probably let them sit for a minute. Oh, you know what I should put the lids on first is the ones that have been sitting over here for a while. I have these over here. Those are the first thing I poured. These are going to be a couple of master dice. There's definitely a few bubbles in there, but hopefully those will disappear with the pressure pot. Hold on. And we will do something with a little bit of extra resin that we have too, but let's get these lids on and we can get these kind of out of the way a little bit first. That'll be nice. Get them not right in the middle of everything. We'll pour some spare dice. Alright, let's see here. Ooh. I spritz that down again. I want to prevent bubbles. That's not going into the pressure pot like everything else, so it's going to be more prone to little tiny bubbles. That's part of the reason that I pour the trays in thin layers as well, is just to help prevent any bubbles from happening. Let me get these moved. These are looking a lot better than the first pour that I did. The first pour that I did of these just had way too much white ink, and they got all muddy. No, it is, it's just rubbing alcohol. It helps break the surface tension on the dice, on the resin, and it makes the bubbles pop. Delicious. Is that what IPA stands for? I guess I never really thought about it, because I'm not a real, like, beer drinker or anything. I guess I never really thought about what IPA stands for. I knew it was a type of beer, and that was about it. Oh no! Woo! Good thing resin is, the resin didn't even touch the table. Oh no, I'm about to leave that in. This is for the set of dice where I am doing it in real time. I'll have to leave in my fumble there where I almost dropped it. You cook with it? That makes sense. It's like how my, we always kind of laughed because growing up, my brother had the most alcohol in the house, despite not being 21. And it's not because he drank, it's because he did a lot of fancy cooking. I mean, obviously, it was, my parents had it in, like, the liquor cabinet and stuff, but we always used to joke that my brother had the most alcohol in the house, because no one in my family really drinks, but he would, yeah, nice cup of alcohol. Alright, there's those, and then I think, and then I'll also film putting the lids on these ones. And then we'll use our last little bit of resin and we'll be all set. Wow, this is a really short stream. I hope these turn out. I need to start working on these some more. Like I was saying, I'm working on making some character-based dice. And I'm gonna make videos for them. I kind of have been second-guessing myself a little bit. But I'm just gonna stick to my original plan, because I was like, I have a couple of different things that I want to make dice based on, and they're gonna be things that aren't as widely known necessarily, but I just want to make dice based on characters from them, so I'm just gonna do it. And then of course I made a set of Minecraft dice for commission. And of course, those were fairly popular. I keep forgetting that Minecraft YouTuber follows me on Twitter, and he went and retweeted the Minecraft dice. I'm like, oh no. Do you make the twos because people ask for them, or that's just what you like? I saw someone else that made twos and thought it was really cool, so it's really just me. I feel like I've had people ask for them before, but really it's just a personal preference on my part. I think it's a cool little thing to show off my logo. I think of it kind of more as like a little branding thing than anything. But also I just think they're fun. That bubble. Pop the bubble. I've seen people talk about making like little counters and stuff before too.
So you can always use it for that, or like a little, you could use it as your a little marker or something. All right, cool. I don't think I need that because I've already got film with putting things into the pressure pot and taking them out of the pressure pot. But I do still have a little bit of resin here. Let's get these into a D20 or something. Yeah, more fun to flip than just a coin. Calling card brand, yeah, I don't know, it's just fun. I think let's do a D10. Actually, let's do a D10. I'm gonna do one of my D10 up. So I have two kind of styles of mold here. I have ones with the highest number at the bottom and ones with the highest number at the top. And oh, I should have done that the other way. Oh well, that's okay. I don't care. But I have some with the highest numbers at the bottom and some with the highest numbers at the top. And to be fair, D20s are nice. I feel like D20s are the the most useful, or maybe D6s are the most useful. But D20s are one of those things that people like collect and stuff. If they're gonna collect one die, it's usually a D20. So that's useful. I think having an extra D20 around. If one of them is not rolling well for you, you can grab the other one. Alright, do I have any gold foil to throw in here? I'm just using a random D10 mold as a dump mold. I used to use like random crystal shaped molds, and I probably should do some more of those because I turned them into necklaces. Everyone's friend wants a custom 20. To be fair, that's what I did when I started out. I didn't, when I first started making dice, I just made dice for like friends and family that I knew played D&D. It was a good way to, it was a good, thing to do with dice. Started making D10s because a friend of yours is making a tabletop war game that's D10 based. So you offered to make some for him to make sure he's got enough. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, I think, let's see, some of the first dice that I made for a different friend that has like a small business. Because I figured they would give me good feedback. They don't live in the same town as me. So I shifted it with like my packaging and stuff and asked for feedback on what they thought of, how my packaging looked and everything. So I think that was good. And then I made them for my immediate family because I grew up playing D&D. So my immediate family plays D&D. You still don't have a full set. I guess I just have a lot of extra resin. We'll do a spare. What should we do? What? We don't have very much resin. I think maybe a D4. We'll do a D4. I'm gonna add a little tiny bit. I'll do another reverse Petri here. We'll just do pink though. No, we'll do yellow and white. That's not a color I have a ton of. No, but I should make some more little tiny crystals because actually I'm going to do yellow and pink. That sounds pretty. There's be so much ink in here. 3 drops of ink for this whole die. What was I saying? What was I saying? Oh, extra resin. Oh, but no, I made a whole bunch of like these crystals, and I was like, what do I do with these? I have no idea what to do with these, and I sat around forever, and then I turned them into necklaces and bring them with me to like conventions and stuff. Since they're not as expensive as dice, since they're a lot quicker to make. And here, I'll throw my last little bit of resin in here. Alright, I think I'm ready to go put things into the pressure pot, which means I'm probably going to call things here, because that's loud. Oh, here, I will show you, let me get these lids on and put these on the tray, and then I'll show you the masters that I was making more of for people that didn't get to see those at the beginning of the stream. Put these on. Hey, that's nice. It's nice that they have a use, you know. Anyways, I got these masters made. They're for Vampire the Masquerade. Oops, it'll show. There's this one, and there is this one. It's got a little skull there. Anyways, I poured some more masters of those so that I can get those all sanded up and polished so I can actually make some dice like that. But anyways, I need to go get these in the pressure pot. Thanks for hanging out, guys. It was nice getting to chat with y'all. I think I should probably be back next Saturday. I don't know if I'm pouring more resin. I think probably. Am I going to make an unmolding short? You know, that's a good idea. Now that I'm on YouTube, I could do shorts of unmolding these. That's a good idea. I don't know if I will, because these are 4 upcoming projects, but I like that idea, because I have struggled in the past with figuring out how to show off what I make on stream, and making shorts of it, of unmolding them, is a great idea. I really like that idea. Yeah, maybe I will. Thanks for the idea. I like that. Anyways, I'm going to head out and go get these in the pressure pot. I will probably be back next Saturday, probably pouring more resin. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'll probably be streaming some sort of resin something. So I will hopefully see you guys then.